The final word.
Today for sure, it's gonna be
fight.
It's gonna be a fight today. It's gonna be a fight.
Round 2.
Yeah.
Fight.
Yes, indeed, man. This is gonna be the show. Because this is the deal. We got Akoye in the building. What's up, big dog?
What's good with you, man? What's good with you? Good to be seen, man. Appreciate you too. The boss be behind the scenes, like for everybody who like, this type of content, man. You be behind the scenes motivating the hell out of me, man. Don't nobody know that though. But me. You know what I'm saying? You be on it. So I always bang with you, man.
Appreciate you. Man, I appreciate it, bro. We push each other, the whole community, man. When you see the excellence.
Nah, you being modest. I ain't even gonna let you do that. Like, you a different one. Stop it.
Nah, you are too, bro. No, I mean it too, bro. Like,
I feel you.
Hey, your stuff is a gift. I don't even think people can imitate what you do. You just got you either got it or you don't. You know what I mean? On what you do. You have to be very observant. You gotta have a eye for patterns. You know what I mean? And it gotta be a gift.
Final word. The final word.
I tell you what, if I could do what you do, I would have been copied.
The final word.
Shit, if I could do what you do, I would have been copied. I can't do this shit.
You feel
talking about? I can't do this shit that you doing right now that we talking. All this final word. I'm looking at the graphics and all. I'm like, yo, this boy got a different lane. I don't even want to attempt. I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah, man, and I appreciate that though, man. And like I said before we kicked off the show, man, I'm glad you back. I was super happy to see that you went live today, bro. I was like, yeah, the G is back, cause we need film, like real film heads in the space, bro. So, and you definitely that dude, for real. So. We go obviously talk it through today, man. I know me and you on the same page on a lot of this stuff, but we gonna be waiting on Big Game James to get on in here so we can go ahead and start, you know what I mean, the real
fight.
You know what I mean? It's going down.
I think he'll come around.
I do too.
If he doesn't,
the final
hey,
word.
that's just big game for you.
He come around though, cause that's the thing I do know about him. Once he see it, he'll come back and he'll be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Y'all was right.
Yeah, he just jaded.
You think he jaded?
He jaded. He jaded by the whole organization. He like, I can't take this shit no more.
Facts.
He on that type. Get your hand out my pocket. He on that jump.
The final word.
Big game like that.
The final word.
I think the fans was jaded too. The final word.
I mean, you got. I don't have no sympathy for the jaded Cowboys fans.
The final word.
Because even though we jaded, I do get the frustration once you've been a winner, and especially the ones who were alive or aware of the '90s Super Bowls, and then you don't make it back to that. I do get the frustration with that, but you got fans that be fanning their ass off for teams that ain't never did a damn thing. Like the Dog Pound for the Browns, or like Seattle before they won. They was the 12th man before they won.
Right.
The Raiders, the Dark Hole, they ain't never won shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Cincinnati, they don't win shit. They just recently started doing something. You know what I mean? Those fans still be better or acting better than the Cowboys fans, and we done been somewhere before. So I get that once you've been somewhere, like once you laid in the palace, it's kind of hard to get a nigga to lay on a bale of hay. I get that, but come on, man, it's people that be like that need wins way more than we do. So we jaded, but we jaded after going 12-5 3 times.
Bro, you speaking so much facts, bro. See,
I can't hear it.
This is where you speaking.
You can't say you jaded. You went 12-5, 3 straight seasons, and you still mad. Then ain't no saving you. Ain't no saving you. Super Bowl won't even help you. You'll get a Super Bowl and then be mad the month after, saying, "I bet you we don't repeat. I bet you'll be another 30 years before we get another."
I'm gonna tell you what I cannot stand. These new Dallas Cowboy Texans fans, like where they come from. The final word.
Oh, they Dallas Cowboy and Texans fans?
I swear, man, where they got so much faith in the Texans. It's be like, bro, The final. Yeah, they said my
because-
mic. Yeah.
That's because of Eastside Harold. He's a good advocate. He out there doing his business development. You know what I mean? He do it well.
Yeah, man. So we finna kick it off. What's up, Star? She said this is the final word, and we've been needing with Akoye. Yeah, we've been needing this, man. So we go kick it off.
Let me turn it on the TV so I can see what we look like. I don't even know.
Let's get it.
Fight!
Maybe I just wanna run it up. Kinda check or something. I've been really in the field, let up, yeah. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check the song. Lately I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play. Charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Revan now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me.
Let's go.
I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit.
We got Big in the building. Let's go. Let's go. We got the OG Big in the building. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Who that?
Yeah, man. I had to.
Where you get that, John? Who? I mean, not where you get. You ain't gotta say that live. But who is that?
Oh man. I don't need to know. I get it to you though. I don't know the name of it. I get it to you.
You ain't gotta give it to me. That John just crazy. You know?
Yeah, run it up. Yeah, man, we've been playing that for forever. But y'all know what we came to do, man. We gonna get right to it, man. We came here to
Round one.
Yeah, we
Fight!
We trying to rumble.
we trying to rumble today, bro.
We started trouble already.
So we know what we dealing with. You feel me, Big? You know I came ready for this, bro. We came ready for this, bro. Man, we finna all fight.
He used to be in the lunchroom starting all kinds of riots and shit. You already know.
Hey, so let me tell you something. See, Big, he done already charged me up on Twitter, bro.
You charged it up.
No, you charged it up, bro. Now listen. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I know all of us been in some fights before. We all men.
Right.
We been in some fights. You ever been in that moment when you get called out and it's like, I'm gonna fight you after school.
I see it.
Yeah.
And so you already know. You can't get out of it now. It's just yeah. Y'all just finna go at it. It's already too late. That's what's gonna happen today. It's going down.
Yeah,
it's too
every
late.
time I heard after school, I'd be like, "No, you're gonna have to scrap up right." As soon as you tell me after school, we fighting right now.
Yeah,
Now,
man.
wherever we at.
Yeah, cause this that real fight, and I've been telling people. I said I got some people that I respect that think different. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't mad at people that think different. So we go ahead and get into this sauce, man. And I would even say Jerry and them kicked it off. Let's kick it off with Jerry.
Jerry, you vote Zeke. So does he still have in your mind RB1 starter capability at this point in his career?
Look at Steve.
Who you looking at? But are you looking at me? I didn't know who you're looking at.
No, Jerry.
Answer the question. Damn,
No, Jerry.
Yo, Jerry, what you doing?
Jerry knew exactly. Look at that look he was giving him. Then he gonna act like he ain't know. Look at it.
Capability at this point in his career.
Who you looking at? But are you looking at me? I didn't know who you're looking at.
You invoke Zeke.
Okay.
He still don't want to answer.
I'm sorry.
Does he still have starter capability, RB1 capability at this point in his career?
Yes.
Look at Steve. Steve's like, goddamn, Dad. Always answering goddamn questions the wrong way, Dad.
So he asks, does Zeke have RB1 capability?
Man.
So we really finna fight this all the way through. Real talk.
Ain't gonna be no fight. I promise you.
Oh man.
Yeah.
He
Some
gonna
good
understand.
back and forth.
So
No,
you,
I ain't gonna understand.
so what you
He said,
saying?
no, I ain't gonna. Oh, I said, come on, boss. I try to reach out with the olive branch, and you already see.
I'm messing with you, Akoye.
I'm only fucking with you, brother.
See, this is the thing. I'm gonna set the rules, though. I'm gonna set the rules. Y'all gonna have to let me set the guidelines. All right, I'm gonna set the guidelines. I'm gonna be the referee,
Okay.
even though I'm going for Akoye.
Of course you are.
All right, so we go first. Touch gloves. All right, so let's touch gloves. Okay, that's the first thing we're gonna do. We go touch gloves. We gonna be some gentlemen. We got Akoye versus Big. All right, round one. And before we get going, let me set the rules. I'm gonna set the rules.
I was coming to verse you, Big, so it is what it is.
It's all good. It's all good.
I ain't know we was about to rumble, man.
Yeah, y'all
I feel
finna
like
rumble
Jimbo
today.
Slice in
He
the
said
backyard.
this was a setup, dog.
I'm done king today, bro.
No, Akoye. Listen, Akoye. Hey, I feel you, but when I thought it was gonna be I knew something was funny when it was Zeke.
Oh, he ain't
When
tell you either.
I had a feeling when we were talking Zeke, I said he gonna bring Akoye. I kept telling myself he gonna do it, and then when I seen that damn thumbnail, I said, okay, yep, he went and got reinforcements.
I ain't have no clue, bro. I've been working all day. I ain't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
Was like, yo, you want to be on the show at 9? I said, bet. That's it. I ain't know what we was
Let's
doing.
go.
Sneaky.
Don't think I came
All right.
prepared. I ain't even got no material, no nothing. This all off the top, man. Let's go.
This on top of me too.
Fight!
All right, before we go, let me set the ground rules.
Okay.
If I have to, don't make me. First of all, one at a time. You go state your case, and I don't want to have to put no timers on nobody, but I got it ready. All right. 2, no name calling whatsoever, because this is a passionate
we
debate.
don't do that.
No, I'm just setting the rules, bro. I'm just setting the rules. Hey, you know how it is. You boxed before, man. You know the
Yeah, we
rules,
don't
but
do
they
that.
tell you the rules anyway. They still tell you. They say to protect yourself. You already know to protect yourself, but they gonna tell you anyway. All right.
We got respect, man.
All right. I know y'all got respect, but like little stuff like, oh, that was stupid.
Yeah,
like
you don't even know.
nothing
I
like that.
Over a new leaf. I'm like Martin when he came back from the little synagogue, whatever. What was his name? He had to have his hair braided. I'm like that right now, man. I'm in my kumbaya phase, man. Y'all don't see me arguing on Twitter or nothing. I ain't even responding or nothing, man.
I've been chilling too. You feel me? It's a new leaf for me.
I be like, you want some trouble? Be like, I do. You know what I mean?
I just block them. I just block them.
All right, here we go. All right. So before we start the first round, because Big, you go get jumped today. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now, bro.
That's fine. You can jump in. I ain't worried about you.
All right, cool.
He told me, he just said, yo, I don't even care. He said he'll whoop you with his offhand. You know
Hey,
what I mean?
for real. Hey, Big,
Let's
this ain't it.
I'm talking shit too. I'm just instigating back the other way.
Let's go. All right, so
All
Big, out of courtesy, we always start with you, bro. Let's go.
Okay. All right. So obviously we're talking about.
Is Zeke ready to be RB1 for the Dallas Cowboys?
Of course he is, because Dallas is going to push him.
Yeah.
You already seen the first question with Jerry Jones, because to me this is a Jerry Jones thing, because I don't think Jerry Jones ever wanted Zeke to really leave. I think it was a money situation. You shouldn't have never broke it up. If Zeke was so important to you, you shouldn't have broke it up. You should have just kept it where it was, but you went, I guess, cheap style. You let him go over there to New England. But I think you probably told him, just go over there for a year and you come on back over here and be the starter. I bet he probably said that to him. I could see Jerry Jones definitely saying that to Ezekiel Elliott. So I feel like he is going to be the starter. Look who you have. You have Royce Freeman.
Yeah.
We don't know what you have in him. Deuce Vaughn, I'm sorry, I have no faith in any. Deuce Vaughn is not going to be nothing but a third down, a special teams, a gadget guy. He's not going to be your running back of any kind of future, in my opinion. And then you got Rico Dowdle, who I do like, but he's injury prone. And I just looked at the way they did him last year. Do I really think that they're going to say Rico Dowdle is going to be the starter and Ezekiel is going to be the backup? Bah ha ha! Yeah, right. That ain't happening. If that'll happen, probably all of 1 or 2 games, and then Zeke will be back as a starter. So yes, if you're answering your question, he will be the running back 1. Do I think he's a running back 1 now? No, I don't. I think he's a complimentary back now. I think you have to have an explosive type back the way they had it with Pollard and let Zeke be the closer. I wasn't tripping on Zeke coming back, but I am tripping on him being the starter because we saw a couple years ago when he was a starter, it was okay. All right, it wasn't bad at all, but that's 2 more years removed from that time. And I just feel like I seen that video that you showed with the Pittsburgh Steelers where he didn't get a lot of yards, but he made a lot of strong runs. 22 carries, 68 yards, but they were strong yards. Yo, but I will also say Pittsburgh had one of the, right. But I will also say Pittsburgh had one of the worst run defenses in the league. They were ranked 28th or 29th in the whole league. So I don't hold any weight to the Pittsburgh Steelers because they didn't have a good run defense. So while you're showing that great running ability, also show how the defense of Pittsburgh wasn't a good run defense. And he still didn't eclipse 80 yards, but he did get tough yards. But I also feel like you have to have a strong line because Stevenson over there with the New England Patriots had 613 yards. Zeke had like 657. Stevenson played 12 games. Zeke played 17.
So, Akoye, he took his first punch at me, so I got to swing back.
Dracarys.
Fight!
All right, so your case against Zeke is the defense of the Pittsburgh Steelers. What about the New York Jets?
That first game, that was good. That was his best game of the year. He had 15 carries for 80 yards. And that was a very good game from him. Once again, that's one game. Okay, you show me a whole bunch of games. You're showing me 2 games, one against a terrible defense against the run.
Why I gotta do all the work? Why I gotta do all the work?
I'm just saying you're showing games where he succeeded, but that was one game where he really had a really good game. Once again, like I said, Pittsburgh was not a great run defense. But if you show him in his last start against the Jets, how many yards did he have in that game?
I ain't look at that
Under
game.
30. Yeah, of course you didn't.
But then,
no.
Yeah. Now this the film I did. Where your film?
Of course
Where's yours?
This is your. We on this show where you showing the film.
No. Listen, I gotta produce. I gotta do the film. I gotta do everything.
You brought the film.
You making a counter case against Zeke. So the burden is on you to prove that he is not the guy. Because I'm showing the film that he is the guy. So the burden of proof is not on me. Because I'm not. I'm showing the film.
Is what? You're
hold up, boss. You can't break your own damn rule on your show. You said no talking over nothing. Now you talking.
We supposed to be on the same side of Akoye. You right though. You right. All right, you go ahead, Akoye.
What we doing?
Go ahead, Akoye, man. Jump in.
I got him flustered. I got him flustered already.
All right, let's go. Akoye, jump on in.
Over there.
No, you don't. That was a good punch, though, Big. Good punch.
This is why your point, boss. I mean, not boss. Big game. You make sense. You're a logical Cowboy fan. I never said you was anything different, right? But the reason
hell no.
The reason there's holes in your game is because the one thing that you are ignoring is the most important thing, which is New England had a shit offense and a shit quarterback. Both of them. So if Zeke is good enough to be the only thing on your team to carry a team? Hell no.
Right.
No. I wouldn't say Zeke is gonna be young Zeke that's gonna come in here and that can be young and dumb like he was and he's gonna carry you. Nizzle. That's not gonna happen. Now, if you saying that, we in 100% agreement. But if Zeke would have been playing with a quarterback or an offense that actually has some real firepower outside of anything he was doing, then I would say Zeke as a complimentary back to an offense like that can still do something. So I look at the New England season as an asterisk. And you already told me what I already was going to say to you, which is his last 2 years here, when healthy, he was just fine. But you say he's 2 years removed from, or a year removed from that, which he is. But in New England, the only thing I was looking for him to do was stay healthy. He did that. He's down in weight, looks nimble. And one thing I do know about Zeke, if he ain't healthy, when he's not healthy, whether it's a bone spur, concussion, torn MCL, PCL, whatever, he gonna play. He gonna wrap up, he gonna suit up, he gonna play. So the reason,
but is he gonna be effective, Akoye?
Well, you tell me, is 12 touchdowns effective or not?
Inside the 10, that's effective.
I don't care where you give it to me. 12 touchdowns. Okay. Is that effective?
That's what y'all gonna live off of. That's effective.
No, I'm not. No. Don't minimize.
That's what y'all always go to.
It's
either I'm not minimizing. That's all y'all go to.
I don't.
He had 3 touchdowns in New England, though. He had 3 touchdowns in New England last year.
I agree.
He's supposed to be a red zone threat. He also didn't have an offense
that can get him anywhere. He's not an explosive player, so he's not like he's gonna give you 50-yard, 20-yard touchdowns. But also,
right, because he didn't have a run over 20 yards.
He did when he was playing with Cooper. He did when he was playing with Cooper Rush.
Well, he's not going to be playing with Cooper Rush.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying, without a quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, when we didn't have Dak, he still was able to put up stats here.
Right?
Wasn't he?
So can I ask you this though? In that playoff game against the San Francisco 49ers, when Tony Pollard got hurt, what happened to our run game?
Well, when you don't,
Kellen Moore stopped running the ball.
Here we go. Excuses. It's always excuses. Every time I come with a point, there's excuses.
What can I do with the football if I don't have the football?
Right.
That's not an excuse. That's the truth.
That's the truth.
I can't say you can't get yards if you run 5 yards. It was five times for what? 16, 17 yards after that? After he went down? He didn't get the ball. So how can I fault that? Then beyond that, when we talk about Zeke's numbers declining, it happened to be coinciding with Kellen Moore ascending. And also Tony Pollard, who was supposed to be the heir apparent, right? We let Zeke go to listen to everybody who said it's TP time. And TP proved that he's a complimentary back and not the guy. That's what he proved last season, in my opinion. So to me, even TP, Zeke's injured years, he gave me more excitement and gave defenses more trouble than TP did last year. You know what I'm saying? Supposedly halfway healthy, halfway through the season. Even Zeke, when he's just putting his head down and smacking something, is giving you more than TP was giving because he's buttering guys up. But the reason that the whole Zeke argument, even when Jerry paused, the reason the whole Zeke conversation is a moot point, in my opinion, is because we're looking at the micro issue, which is Zeke. He's one guy. We're not looking at the whole movement, bro. The movement is the Cowboys lost the playoffs because of trenches, because of the trench rule on both sides of the ball. Linebacker, defensive line, and then offensive line was beat up last year. Okay? Now, we talked about Scolari. Everybody giving Scolari hell. Nobody looks at the mitigating factors, though. So I guess I got to be the attorney here, right? Because when you look at this and say last year, big game, you the man. You know everybody on this team. Last year, though, outside of Tyler Smith, who was a guy that we were not managing? Now, like, what offensive lineman could knock you off the ball and was healthy? Can't tell me.
I agree.
We didn't have one. So Tyron Smith, we were managing him. He wasn't even practicing because we wanted to make sure he didn't get hurt. He's supposed to be your bulldozer. Your bulldozer needs management. That means something wrong. That's like when you got a pickup truck, but you only drive it 1 day a week. You can't go pull loads. You can't do much with that. See what I'm saying? Because you're trying to manage it. So that's what we were with Tyron Smith, who had a good year, but I understand why he's gone. At center, Biada's got all the heart in the world. I love him, but he's too little. He's too little to do anything effective, right? Then you had Zach Martin, who had a quad injury, and you had Terrence Steele, who was coming off the ACL. Our whole offensive line was weak. We was weak. You know what I mean? Used to be the right side was the strength of the line when Zach Martin and Steele is healthy. That's where you run to because both those guys are people movers when they're healthy. None of the line outside of Tyler Smith was worth a damn last year. So we went and addressed that in the draft with the trenches, and then we put 3 power backs behind that. We telling you exactly what we want to be able to do this year when Dak can't throw the ball, when Dak's not effective. We want to be able to run even when you know we're running. That seems to be the identity, especially having a fullback as well. That seems to be the identity we want to go with. You said you don't got no faith in Deuce. What was Deuce running behind?
I gotta cut you off because we gotta let Big get some. We gotta let Big back, but we gonna start round 3.
Round 3. Fight.
Let's go, Big.
All right, so I think you were going with the Deuce Vaughn. I get it where you say the offensive line, but our offensive line hasn't been physical for a while now. And here's my thing. Yes, they built the trenches, and I love how they went in the draft and got offensive linemen. I wasn't mad at that at all. But let's ask this, Akoye. You're talking about a Tyler Guyton, who's green on the left side. He's going to be moving from the right to the left. He's green on that left side. This could be a project year. I think he's going to struggle, even though I love the elite traits. He has elite traits, but he is green as hell. And I think he's going to get worked a little bit on that left side. I love Cooper Beebe. I love that selection. But once again, he is a rookie. Now, we're placing a lot of faith that he might hit the ground running like a Travis Frederick, but we don't know that. Okay, we don't know that. So we're going in with unknown with the offensive line. Yes, we added power. Yes, we got younger. And yes, I like that. And Terrence Steele will be a year removed from his knee injury. But it's a lot of ifs. And if that line does not gel the way you want, I don't see where Ezekiel Elliott's going to be effective. And also, now I understand about the board, Dallas Cowboys board. You don't want to deviate from it. But you had a Trey Benson that you could have scooped in the 3rd round. Okay, you could have scooped him still, and you still could have got your BB. 2nd round, you could have still got your BB in the 3rd, so you still could have had your offensive line and had an explosive back. It was, in my opinion, once Zeke was talked about coming on the team, I felt Dallas got complacent. Oh, we got our guy now. We don't have to worry about the draft. And then you go talking up a player just for him to get taken. Be quiet, because you don't know. You just talk too much, Jerry. You lost out on a player because you talked him up. Carolina went and took him. Okay, so I feel like once that guy was gone, you're like, oh, we got Zeke. We picked up some backs and we built up this offensive line. We'll be okay. And I don't think you are going to be okay because you have no explosiveness on this line. Yes, you got strong power backs, but you have no explosiveness. We do need explosive plays. Explosive plays do hurt. Yes, I understand the grind, get Zeke always fall forward, but we need some explosiveness in that backfield. And if there are guys that are on that waiver wire that they were talking about, like a Damon Pierce, are you going to tell me you wouldn't want to still upgrade this position and you're just going to rely on Zeke being your running back 1? Is that what y'all telling me? You still wouldn't upgrade if there were some backs out there that could be the running back 1 and let Zeke be your complimentary back?
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let me jump in on round 4. All right.
Go ahead.
Round 4.
All right.
Fight.
So, Big, I'm gonna ask you some questions. Who is your offensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys?
Mike McCarthy and Shoddy.
Yeah. What kind of backs historically have Schottenheimer used in his power scheme when he was determined to run the ball? What type of backs was it?
The bigger backs, the power backs, and even Mike McCarthy had the big boy Eddie Lacy.
Right. Yeah. So you already see where I'm going. Now,
but they were younger.
No, but they were still power backs. Like, you switching the goalposts. Shoddy used what? He used power backs. So when you looking at how we're building this team, in my opinion, Big, and you know I respect you greatly, I don't want with a power offensive line, with a Hunter Lukey, and with an offensive coordinator who wants to run the ball when you know we running the ball. I think Zeke is a better fit than a speed back. That's why, in my opinion, Zeke is actually a better option than these speed backs because Shotty is the type of offensive coordinator, which he said many times that he want to run the ball when they know they running the ball. So in my opinion, Zeke as well as Freeman are actually better fits when I look at the
What has Freeman done?
Now, no, I'm talking about his style. I'm not talking about him. I'm just saying the fit for what our offensive coordinator seems and tends to do. Now, of course, I like Rico because he's more explosive, but I'm also looking at the fit of our offensive coordinator. So that was my case to make when you start talking about who should be the guy that's behind this particular offense. Because to me, this is what it looked like to me on the outside looking in. It looked like Mike McCarthy is the leader and running the West Coast. But when it's time to close out games, or if they're trying to establish physicality, they're going to lean on Broughton Schottenheimer and his style. And his style has always, even from the days of beast mode, been about power, not speed. Round 5.
But didn't Zeke have speed and power? Didn't Zeke have power and speed? That's why you picked him up. It wasn't just the power, because he wouldn't have been drafted high if he was just a power back. He wouldn't have won the top 5 if he was just a power back.
You making that case? You making that case? Thank you.
No, I'm saying he had speed. So you want a guy that can be able to get out there. I don't want this power back. And if he was so great, why'd they cut him?
Oh no, you said it yourself, Big. You can't do that. You can't do that. You said it yourself, Cheap Jerry. You said it, and you said they regretted it, and I agree. That's why they bringing them back.
Hold on. Listen.
Now, Jerry just was always in love with Ezekiel Elliott.
Fight!
You weren't?
Hold on real quick. Pause.
I was.
Hold on. They say it's over 400-something people watching, and it's only 126 likes. And this is a good fight. Big. I'm going to give you some credit, man. You fighting good. You can fight. You losing, but you can fight.
I ain't losing.
Y'all watching a good fight. No, you doing
I don't know how I'm losing.
You are losing. You especially lost the style fight. You definitely lost the style fight, bro. And you said yourself, bro, the reason why they got rid of him, you said it was cheap.
It was cheap, but I'm asking you. So that's what you thought too, that they got rid of him because it was cheap and they felt like they made the mistake and that's why they're bringing him back?
Yeah, I think they fell for the goofy logic that any running back can do and that anybody can get into the red zone if you just give them the ball, and that ended up being an outright lie and pretty obvious. Because see, last year everybody was like anybody can score from the 10, but now we got the data after missing Zeke and it's not like that. Even from the 1 yard line, they was only able to score 4 out of 8 times, and that's just from the 1. And we know Zeke was money from the 10 on in. And my question to you, Big, because I'm gonna ask you this, and then I'm gonna let you fight me back.
Okay.
The team with the most wins the game?
Rushing yards?
Points. Yeah. So they added it up to me, Big. I see y'all super chats too. I'm gonna get to them. They added it up and they was like, we got the yards, we need the points. So when Zeke come back, I'm not even looking for a lot of yards. I'd be cool with 600 or 700 yards, but give me 8 to 9 touchdown, which is points.
Okay, I hear you, but in my opinion, I hear you with the 700 yards. Who's the other guy that's I just feel like we need some explosiveness in this offense. It's going to be a prodding type offense now. You're going to need some explosive. If Ezekiel Elliott is your starting back and I'm a defense, I'm going to stack that box, not because I'm scared of Ezekiel Elliott. I'm just going to take him out the game real quick. And you can do that. Yeah, you can.
When the last time, I'm being real, when the last time you seen Dak Prescott play against a loaded box? When the last time you seen it? So if Zeke coming back means we get a loaded box, good.
We winning.
That gonna kill your ass. You do that. Dak not even a play acting quarterback because we ain't had no run game since he been good.
Yeah.
So that's real. So I feel you on that. They gonna stack the box against Zeke. But when you look at Royce Freeman, I remember when he played us against the Rams. Royce can run, bro. So can Rico. We like Rico. What we don't like is, like you said, Rico's injury situation.
Yep.
So if you saying who's the other guy, Royce and Rico's the other guy. And then beyond that, just like we watch, we keep talking about the Shanahan tree. We talk about all these trees in the NFL, right? We don't talk about Marty Ball. Marty Ball a real thing, bro. He had Michael Turner. He had Natron Means at one point. He had LaDainian Tomlinson.
They were young though, fam.
Hold on. Now he got his little Darren Sproles prototype. That's why they got Deuce in the first place. They want a little guy that they could do the little gadget shit with, on the screen passes, use him like Westbrook, so on. He didn't get a real shot in this offense last season because we couldn't put anything together for him, nor did they have chemistry, nor did he have chemistry with Dak. So, okay, he didn't get the reps. Let's see what Deuce can do as a change of pace guy. But the backfield as it stands right now has talent, but it has a hell of a lot of power. So I'm not here to design the identity. That I ain't an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator. I'm a fan just like everybody else. But what we never had in the last 4 or 5 years, especially under Kellen, offensively, is a real identity. We was out there playing Madden, do whatever works right now, and then never do it again. We would see some shit in one game that looked like this is what we're trying to start doing, and then we would go away from that for 4 or 5 games and then maybe sprinkle it in somewhere else. We did not have an identity. Right now, what I see with Hunter Lipke, with Royce Freeman, with Rico Dowdle and Zeke is an identity. That's a formidable backfield that says, listen, we might not be getting 20-yard, 30-yard, 40-yard runs. It don't matter because we guarantee 4 or 5, and we gonna smack you in the mouth to get it. And if Zeke can't do it, this guy can. If he can't do it, that one can. And then when y'all get tired of that, we gonna sneak the little scat ball out the backfield or throw a Hunter in there. But we running when we feel like running, which we could not do in no years prior. So even moving towards that, I'm happy with. This is Schottenheimer's second year. First year, he had to deal with a schmangled line. Now he got the offensive line type that he want. We talking about like Guyton not being able to be ready. So name another team that got at least 8 linemen that can play. Meaning, you just gave that starting 5. You said they might not gel. Maybe BB don't start. But if BB don't start, we got Hoffman who actually played. And when he played, he wasn't trash. Hoffman played okay.
He played against backups in Washington.
That's fine. I just said he didn't play trash. He don't choose who he play against. He just play. But
but you put stock in that though.
He played in Arizona too. That wasn't against backups. He played okay in Arizona. Now, when you look at
name Arizona's defensive front. Name 2 guys on Arizona's defensive front.
Doesn't matter. They
Yeah,
started
it does
the
matter.
NFL. Yes,
It
no,
does.
No. See, this is my time too, big gang. Yeah, stop.
Okay.
Relax.
My
I said
bad.
quiet for a long time. Stop cutting me off. Listen. Then on top of that, you got TJ Bass. TJ Bass, they love in the building, and he's another people mover. You know what I'm saying? So you got guys. Chuma played 2 crazy snaps that made me look at him crazy. Maybe 3 out the whole season that when he was playing. But Chuma was okay when he actually knew what his target was. When he had his lapses weren't physical like Connor Williams was, where I'm going to take you and put you in the lap of the quarterback. His lapses were mental. He had mental errors that caused his mistakes. Not I'm just ass. Get what I'm saying? So we have a good problem in our offensive line room. Shoddy deserves an opportunity to see what he can do with this offensive line versus the hampered one we had last year. Plus, this backfield is exactly like he had in Seattle. And if you're gonna bring a guy here to cook,
hey, I gotta give Big his chance to respond.
Time, man, that was like 2 seconds.
Go ahead.
Y'all was talking for like 5-10 minutes of your last round.
Man, you flaring the homie, man. You hitting him after the you hitting him after the bell, dog.
Your buzzer is broken, my man. Your buzzer is
go ahead.
That timer broke. I got a clock to go off in my head. I'm a boxer.
Hey, I'm just trying to be fair, bro. I'm just trying to be fair. Go ahead, Akoye. Hey, Big, how much time you want to give him?
He can go. You can give him another 2 minutes?
No, I'm serious.
That's too long, bro. We'll give him 30. We'll give 40 seconds.
But this is the first time, big, like the things you saying, like I said, I know you a jaded fan, and the things you saying sound good. Like, you're not wrong about none of your concerns, but you keep saying about what if. There is nothing in stone until we play. Nothing. For any team, though. Any team. That's not exclusive to us. So right now, all you can say is, what are they trying to do? And what they're trying to do is, it's clear they want to play power ball in the trench and be able to run and get 3 to 4 yards when they feel like it. We couldn't do that convincingly last year, so that make you hesitate even with your play calling, even with your setups, because you might be trying to set up a naked boot, but is that going to work if nobody give a shit what Tony about to do? No, it ain't going to work. So I like the direction we're going in. They got to execute, and I agree with you there, but you can't shit on the direction.
All right, let me pause, everybody. Before you go big, first of all, I want everybody that's in the chat, I want you to honestly say how you feel. Is this a good fight or not? You know what I mean? Are y'all appreciating all this intelligence coming from opposing parties? Because I am. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying hearing my boy Big state his case. And Big, you got a lot of fans, bro. I'm watching people on the channel, bro. And you know what I'm saying? People saying fight back. You know what I mean? So I'm liking the fight. Matter of fact, I want to do more of these because these are good. I love it. Fight! All right. And then I want to take one quick break after Big and get to these super chats. I want people that's on all the channels. If you on Big channel, throw some super chats at the homie. If you at Akoye channel, throw some super chats. Because if you want to get some punches in, help him out. Cause see, y'all know where me and Akoye stand. You know what I mean? Y'all know where Akoye stand. But if you want to throw some super chats, we stacking them. Then after this, we go take them super chats. That's what we go do. All right? Cause I see mine have piled up. But I just want to stop it for 1 second to see how y'all enjoying this fight. It's a real fight. This is not scripted. This is very real. So Big, I ain't mean to cut you off. It's on you, big bro.
No, you're perfectly fine. I definitely hear what you're saying, Akoye.
You're making great points too, Big. I just want to say that, man. You ain't.
This a heavyweight fight. This a heavyweight. Go ahead, Big.
Well, as I was saying, first of all, I appreciate this. I appreciate this tonight, the good back and forth. I'm not gonna definitely be mad at a direction of your offensive line playing power football because you win in the trenches,
right?
Both sides of the football. So I ain't mad at that. But I'm sorry, I don't have no confidence in Brock Hoffman. Yeah, he played good against backups in Washington. He's an undrafted guy, and I love his what we call the moxie and him wanting to be great. But a lot of players look good in short stints. But when you got to play a whole season, all those warts start showing. So I don't have that ill like you have for Brock Hoffman. I don't have it. I think it's probably going to be a Cooper Beebe. And once again, it's a lot of trust to put in that rookie to come in here and hit the ground running. So the thought of you're building that offensive line is great, but that offensive line is really going to have to play good power football, because if that offensive line is looking like a little bit last year or taking its time, Ezekiel Elliott's not going to be effective. Because he is a power back. And he's not going to be breaking big games. He's going to get 2 or 3 yards, and if he gets stopped, now let me talk because I let you talk. So I'm going to talk. You're not going to cut me off. You're not going to cut me off. No, I don't want you to make a case. You let me finish. I'm going to finish. No, I don't want to listen to you. I don't want to listen. You didn't listen to me. You didn't listen to my question, so I don't want to listen to your question. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, Tyler Guyton, like I said, is a year away. They're gonna put Chuma back over there. So let's say your first round pick isn't ready. So you put Chuma out there. That line is compromised again. And we seen when Ezekiel Elliott doesn't get elite blocking. You just said New England, he ain't doing nothing. There's a plenty of games where you average 2 yards a carry, 3 yards a carry, and that offensive line. Once you got inside the 10-yard line, how come they weren't putting in there Zeke to get those touchdowns? I'm not understanding why they weren't doing that. And how was Stevenson, who was the starter and he missed 5 games, still almost had as many yards as Zeke? I'm curious about that. Like, You was only 30 yards away, but you missed 5 games.
Oh,
okay? And Boss showed 1 game.
No, man, I got 3.
No, you
no,
don't.
you trying to play with me.
And I told you that Pittsburgh game, that defense was trash. So you hyping up a video of a defense that wasn't good.
No, I
showed 1 game. Yeah, you did.
No, we already.
Yeah, you did.
We had this
and
fight.
Then when you showed
where's your film?
No, I'm telling
where's
you.
Your film? I'm getting you. Where's your film then?
You keep on talking film. Okay, the next time we do a show, I'm gonna show the film.
Okay, we'll run the fight back. We'll run the whole fight back and bring your film.
I'm gonna show you because we'll bring my film and it's gonna show you. Man, ain't nobody scared of nothing. First of all, it ain't me. No, I ain't nobody scared.
No, we need some film. We need some film up in here.
I'm on the phone. So I ain't no fear over here, dog. I'm on my phone.
Scared of this season. Fuck the phone.
Oh no, I ain't scared of the season. I just feel
like
the season's gonna be a regression.
Like you already lost in your book.
No, I didn't lose.
The line is
first of all, Akoye. Remember when we talked last year and you told me, "Oh, you might be acquitting." I told you, I know how this is going to end up for Akoye.
I don't even know what you talking about. But go ahead.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You remember that tweet because you was talking that trash, and I told you.
Let's go.
And ain't nobody scared. Ain't nobody scared of nothing. Yeah, you was talking all that noise over on your Twitter. Ain't no scared money. No, I'm talking real money. I'm talking real money. You be over-believing stuff and it don't be happening.
How am I over-believing? We went 12-5.
Hold on, order in the court. Order in the court. Let's bring you back.
Be an over-believer when the team went 12-5 3 times. You sound
twin 12-5 3 times. And what happened? And what happened?
We went 4-13. You sound like
nobody cares. Akoye, can you keep it real? Akoye, can you keep it real? Let me keep it a buck. I was happy we got 12 wins, but you are satisfied with a 12-win season when it's about the playoffs.
Satisfied is a word you put in my mouth. I ain't said shit about.
So then tell me then. So you said 12-5 3 straight years.
Let's go, Akoye. Let's jump big. Let's jump it. Let's go, Akoye.
You talking all this trash?
Let's go. Let's go.
You talking all this trash, but it getting bounced.
I'm just. Where did it bounce? Where it bounce at? Everything I said.
It bounced early in the division round. It bounced early in the division round, and then in 2020, and then last year when I told you.
Pause. Order in the court. Order in the court.
Not lying about.
Hold on. Hey,
I'm
the ref. I'm the ref.
What I'm lying about.
I'm the ref.
Tell me what I'm lying about.
I'm finna mute y'all. Because the crowd can't hear you. We got to get order back in this court. Let's get the order back in this court. Hold on. Pause, Akoye. Pause. We going to get the order back in the court so that we got to make sure the whole chat can hear. First of all, and we going to put the order back in this. But first, them likes way too low. This is very, very entertaining. This is so funny.
Only for you.
I love it, bro. Hey, I'm loving this. This is a heavyweight fight, and I'm loving this. I wasn't expecting this to be this dope, bro. This is.
I
got you, Akoye. I promise. I know you ready to swing, Akoye. Swing. I know you ready to swing, Akoye. But give me 1 second. I got you, Akoye. I know you ready to punch.
Get his off.
No, just wait. Let me get the order. I got you. I promise. You up next.
Boss lost. So come on, Akoye. Boss.
No. I ain't lost nothing.
Yeah, you did.
I ain't lost nothing. We finna pull it back. So Akoye, you go. Then James, you go. Then I got some punches I'm gonna let go. It's on you, Akoye.
I'm quiet. I'm quiet.
Year, how am I the over-believer when I said that we didn't have linebackers? I was screaming that the whole season. So
not the
you act
beginning.
like I was sitting here saying we're great, we're doing fine. I was screaming that the whole season, and that's exactly how we went out. Exactly how I said we would go out. So I ain't overbelieve shit with that. But when it comes to what you just said, it's a loaded deck. You just said if was a fifth, because you said if the line don't block, then we ain't gonna be able to do this, and then we ain't gonna be able. That's an if. I ain't here for your ifs. If BB don't pick it up, the boy's a teacher. He's a smart player. I think he could pick it up. And if he can't, guess what? Can he move the person in front of him? Yeah. Even if he don't know what the fuck he doing, excuse my French, yes, he can. Do we have a people mover to the left of him in Tyler Smith? Yep. Is a healthy Zach Martin a people mover as well? Yes. Is a healthier Terrence Steele a people mover even if the scheme sucks? Can they move the man in front of them? All of them. Healthy. Yes. The only question mark is left tackle. If TJ Bass can't do that, he can't swing out there, and we got to put Tyler Guyton out there. What I saw with Tyler Guyton in the Texas game and every game I watched, now, did the guy have issues when it comes to being stout at the point of attack with a power rush? Yes. But his ability to stay in front of guys, his feet, is the traits that they've been looking for. They did that with Terrence Steele. They did it with Austin Richards. And now they're doing it with Guyton. They like guys that can shadow the man in front of them and deal with a speed rush. And Tyler Guyton is that type of guy. And also, the people that he blocks, stayed the fuck blocked. So, if that's that's the best thing we can go in there with right now, I'm good with that. Now, if that breaks down because somebody get injured, you can't turn around and be like, I told you. Nah, because to me, listen, this how you sound. You sound like we automatically gonna lose. Everything gonna go wrong, and we gonna lose a Zeke.
No, I did not say that.
That's what you sound like.
I didn't
You said,
say that.
This ain't gonna happen. Zeke ain't gonna get us no yards. The line ain't gonna be good.
I ain't never
And
did I say Zeke wasn't gonna
ain't
get us
be
no
able to
yards?
play
I
well.
said you
sound
putting a
scared
lot
as
of
shit.
Okay,
I said you put
I
a
would
lot
not
of
go in no fight.
Time
No,
up.
Hold on.
No, you put
Time
I'm
up.
a coach. I'm a boxing coach. I would not go into a fight if my fighter start talking about if he hit me in the face, then I'm gonna go down. And if I don't duck this punch, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'll be like, yo, you should stay home.
All right. Oh, wait. All right. We gotta give Big your time
But you're
up. I gotta
doing
get.
your
Wait.
too.
We got
You
we gotta
going in there
give
with
Big.
just as many guesses. Yes, you are.
Hold on.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Let's
I'm
get.
saying this
You
is
going
Let's
what
stay
I'm
on
saying.
order.
confident.
Wait.
You going in
We
confident,
gotta
but
keep
you
a
don't
good
know.
show. Keep a
Hold
good
on.
show.
Hold
Keep a
on.
good show.
Let me
It's
just say
on
this point
Big.
to his point.
I'm gonna be fair.
When you go to
It's
war, you
on
go with the
Big.
tools you
Akoye,
got.
you gotta give it
That's
to
all.
Big.
Ain't no ifs.
It's his time. Let's go.
All right, so you're saying I'm sounding like I'm scared. All I'm saying is you're putting a lot of weight on two rookies to come in and hit the ground running. And then all I'm saying is if you got those two rookies right, and you're hitting the ground running, because you're basically coming in that they're gonna we got the line, we good. So you're basically saying that they just gonna come in and gonna do all this stuff, and this line's gonna be immaculate. All I'm saying is it could
You
not
lying
be
now.
that because
Stop
you
lying.
are put. How am I
Never said
lying?
nothing about immaculate shit. Stop it. I
You
didn't say none of
said,
that.
what'd you say about this line? What'd you say about them two
said-
rookies? You said
said-
it built up
I
a
said-
power line, and it's going. And
Yes.
what? What'd
I
you
said
say?
the
Tell me what you
people-
said.
The people on this line, when you don't have a scheme, all you rely on is traits. That's what I said. Can the people on this line, when healthy, move the man in front of them? Yes or no?
That's not what you
That's
said in
what
the
I
beginning.
That ain't immaculate.
Not
I
in the
did
beginning.
say that. I named every person that can do it. And then I said Guyton is not a power blocker, but he can develop into one. I said he can stay in front of his guy. He the only one. But the other four guys, when healthy, can they move the man in front of them even if they don't know what the hell they're doing? Can they do that?
So
That's
let
what
me
I said.
ask you this.
Immaculate ain't
So
going
if you
there.
had a running back like, let's say Damon Pierce got cut, would you take him?
Of course, but did they take him? I'm here to deal with
I'm
what
just
we
saying,
got.
he's not-
what I want.
I'm sorry.
I want Jacobs.
Well,
Whoa.
I don't want Ezekiel Elliott as running
That's the
back.
back
one.
Wait.
Period.
It just got
That's what
interesting
I'm
up in
telling
here.
you.
I would have took Josh Jacobs in a
Wow.
heartbeat.
Look at
I
this.
deal with what we got,
Yeah,
not what we
and
want.
Josh
Look at
Jacobs would be
this.
the starter, and Ezekiel Elliott will be the backup, right?
Wow.
Okay. I'll be cool with
Wow.
that.
Right?
Wait.
Would you be
Pause,
cool
pause,
with that?
pause.
Hold up,
Wait.
boss.
Yeah.
Hold up. Why? Why?
Why would I be cool with
Hey
it?
man, the OC just
Well,
walked
hold
in,
on.
man.
No, okay, I got that, but I wanted to finish. You just said Josh Jacobs, and I'm feeling you with that Josh Jacobs. I would take Josh Jacobs too. But if you had Josh
OC,
Jacobs
look,
and Ezekiel
look at
Elliott,
this.
how come you ain't start? Why wouldn't you start Ezekiel Elliott over
These
Josh
boys
Jacobs?
going at it.
Because he's not better than Josh Jacobs at this point. in his
That's
career.
what I just said. And didn't I just say I'd rather Ezekiel Elliott be the complimentary back, and that's why I would rather have a starting back and let him be the complimentary back?
I would have started
And not be
Rico
the
last
starter.
year. Why can't Rico start on this team?
Because Rico is not
no.
going to, because he won't get the chance, because they're not going to allow it. They're going to let them start he started one game, and then Ezekiel Elliott's going to come right in. Don't tell me you don't know this organization like that. They don't have no commitment to no Rico Dowdle, and you know that.
All right,
And
pause.
Zeke is going to start. And
All right.
I just, like I said, I just
I
heard
ain't
you,
gonna argue with that.
and that's the That's the whole main purpose of what I was saying. I said I don't want Ezekiel Elliott beating started running back one. If you could have got a guy like a Josh Jacobs or somebody where he can be the complimentary back. Didn't I say that in the very beginning of this show? I'd rather Zeke be the complimentary back, the closer. You didn't hear me say anything about that. I don't want him to be the starting running back where all the weight is put on him because I feel like the offense will struggle. Yeah, it'll have power, but if you get a negative,
different, bro.
Hold on, pause. Wait. I gotta pause. Y'all being rude to the OC, man. Y'all so caught up in y'all little old fight that y'all being rude.
Sorry, OC, my bad.
All right, we ain't gonna be rude up in here. All right, here we go. Before the OC go, I do want to say, Big, I honestly think, and I'm just keeping it real with you, bro. I think in some ways, because do you remember the days when the OC was your ally? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was your ally when it came to Zeke. He's no longer your ally.
So it's a depth pick. Obviously, they're showing that they believe in the running back room. They believe in Zeke. And I got some thoughts about that I'll share after this about Zeke after looking at more of his film yesterday and today. All right? I'm going to retract some stuff.
Oh, wait! I told you. First of all, wait.
The OC was going to flip.
Hold on.
I already knew the OC was going to flip.
Before he recaps, that's big because I know the OC killed it yesterday.
No, because when I saw that tape, when you play,
you can make an opinion, but when you look at it, you got to look at it again to make sure your opinion is correct.
Yeah, slow until you know. That's a slow.
Right. You don't never look at and say, all right, man, you got to look at it and evaluate it. You probably find some gold in everybody.
You lost your ally, Big. So we go hear from the OC.
I don't care about that.
No, we gonna be courteous. Let's be courteous. OC, what's your thoughts? You've been watching the fight.
Yeah, just to recap, because I just came in, is this regarding Ezekiel Elliott being the starter? What exactly are we talking about here?
Now, well, Big is still of the opinion that Zeke shouldn't be RB1. And so that kind of started because we already knew it was going to be a fight today. I didn't know exactly how it was going to go, but it's going amazing. So what we'll start with is this. What's like?
Let's start with why'd you change your damn mind?
Yeah, I really did think that Zeke was completely washed. And I said, you know what, let me go back and look, man, just to be sure. So I pulled some films and I pulled some games of them, and I can go to more games than what I'm about to mention now, Big, okay? But I'm just giving you a couple for points of reference, all right? The Raiders game, he broke an extremely long run. He showed he still had some long speed.
His longest run was 17 yards, OC.
Well, this was a swing pass that he took to the house.
Okay.
This play right here. It was a wheel route. And so he showed some explosion up the sideline here. If you're looking at this right now, you can see it. Also versus the Jets, versus the Giants, and several other teams, he did some really good things. And so I came to the conclusion after looking at this and then looking at his last season with the Dallas Cowboys when he was really unhealthy. He was playing with a bum leg, man. He was playing with a bum leg, and you can actually see the difference in his cuts and in his movements. His last season versus the season he had with the Patriots. And based upon that, Big, I said, man, if I'm being honest, and I'm just letting the film speak, I'm taking my emotions out of it. The man still got something left in the tank. He's not 30 years old. He's 29. There's been several backs to rush for over 1,200 yards when they're 29 years old.
He's not doing that.
Well, let me finish, Big. I don't think that Big, I don't think that Zeke is the only solution. I think that he is a part of the solution, and they still need another really good quality back. But I think that Zeke can be a part of the solution, and I think that if you and this is the key what I'm about to say here. If you look at how the Patriots utilize Ezekiel Elliott, in a lot of ways, they used him better than the Cowboys did in terms of play selection and design, better than the Cowboys did his last 2 seasons with the Cowboys. So if you use Zeke in certain ways and you get a body on the body, you give him a crease, he's still quick enough to make somebody miss in the hole, first man. He's still strong enough to carry tackles and to break tackles. He's still elusive enough to get you 7 to 15 yards when you throw him wheel routes out of the backfield, like right here, which is a touchdown. So that's what I'm saying. He still can contribute at a really quality level, because if you look at the league, and I'm almost done, you don't see very many teams that really has that guy, that has an exclusive 3-down back. That's very rare in today's NFL. Normally it is some type of committee, even if it's only 2 running backs. So Zeke, in my opinion, is a part of the solution, and you needed to get another quality back in here with Zeke, and I think that you'll be working with something. I don't think that Rico is the answer. I think he's too injury prone.
So how did EOC leave my team? Because he's basically saying what I'm saying. And first of all, Cowboys are not good in wheel routes and throwing screen passes. Okay, yeah. The Patriots obviously do that good. We don't know how to do that good. So that's kind of a hard point for me. He did have 51 receptions, but he caught the ball here at Dallas too. I mean, he was damn near averaging 50 catches here in Dallas. So we already know about the receiving part, but Dallas is not good at wheel routes. Dallas is not good throwing screen passes, especially if you don't get the blocking. Zeke doesn't have that burst that he used to have. So people will jump on him and catch him. So all I'm saying is OC hasn't left my team, because he's making my point where he said, we don't believe in Dowdell. We like Dowdell, but we don't believe in him. We'd like to get one more back and then let Zeke be the complement. That's what I've said from the beginning. That's what I said on my Twitter. I wrote a long statement where Zeke could be the backup. But the Tony Pollard Zeke thing was working. Yes, Dallas did mess that up. You shouldn't have just left it, because you had a speed and you had a power back and you could mix and match. And even that, 22, the last year they were together, Pollard had like over 1,000 and Zeke had like 88. They both almost had 1,000 yards. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at that, but I still feel like you need that burst. You need that running back that has that burst, that can press that defense, that can press those linebackers and press those safeties. Then come back and get that guy to power it. That's what I've been saying from the get. I don't want Ezekiel Elliott to be the starting running back 1.
Can I ask you a question, James? What you think of the kid Pete when you talk about burst? Pete or Deuce being your burst? Deuce, Rico, and Pete have burst. All 3 of those guys.
I'm sorry.
You're done with Deuce. Okay.
I'm gonna keep it real.
What do you think about Pete as a one cut back?
Because him and
Deuce pretty much gonna fight for the last spot anyway. It look like they're gonna fight for the roster spot. So what do you think about Pete?
I like Pete. I like that speed. I like that speed.
That looks like your burst, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And if he's on the team,
but does he get a chance though? You feel me, Akoye? Does he really get the chance though, Akoye?
You got to realize that when you were saying that Zeke was getting the lion's share when he was here, Schottenheimer wasn't the coordinator at that time. I only go by what the coordinator did in his last stint. And Schottenheimer seems to be a guy that understands running back by committee. That's how he did it.
Yeah.
So I don't think you go out and get Royce and, you keep Rico, you keep Deuce, and go sign Zeke just to say we only want Zeke to touch the ball 30 times. I don't think that's what they're doing. I know even Jerry's hesitation let you know, like, he didn't want to say no to that is Zeke a number 1 guy because he don't want to tilt his hat. But there is no number 1 running back on this team. There's just situational backs, meaning in this situation, I'm going to give the ball to Zeke. In this situation, I'm giving it to Royce, and they just need to determine what that split is going to be. But I don't think they're just saying, if it happens, then I will personally call you and tell you, bro, my apologies, you was right. Because we're not really arguing. We're arguing how much of a load will Zeke carry.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing that with you, because I don't think he should carry the ball 30 times either. So if that's the case, I said this on my show earlier, they need to save Zeke for the playoffs, however they rotate it to do that. I don't care what his stats are in the regular season. Get him to the playoffs healthy, and then you can feed him the ball after that. I don't care. But I'm just saying that, like, if we got Pete on this team, or they go sign another back that can explode, and I think they do know they need that. If they go and get that, or they keep Pete on this team, I don't have a problem with Zeke being the guy that we go to, because resourcefulness counts for something, bro. And that dude is always game ready, always prepared to play. And that counts for something with me, especially when you did it for the star. So he's already done that for me. I look at him like I looked at Jerome Bettis and those guys, even Emmett late in his career. I look at them like those guys, like they deserve it. Zeke deserves an opportunity to come back and do it the right way, healthy. and I'm happy he's here for that. But whether or not he should get lion's share of the carries, we're not gonna fight over that, because I think that if you said that we should have kept TP, answer me this: do you think that TP is better than Royce and Rico combined carries? Do you think TP would have done better than both those guys are going to do?
If he stayed here with Ezekiel Elliott?
If TP was here this year and Zeke versus Royce Freeman and Rico,
I would have loved it.
Like,
no, I'm keeping that. I'm getting rid
so
of the Royce.
Keep TP over Royce and Rico?
Yeah, I would keep TP. I would keep TP and kept it. I'd keep it just like that because it was working. It was working in my opinion.
Not what he put up last year. TP didn't look right.
But just what you said though. Because y'all was talking about Ezekiel Elliott being injured and he didn't look right, and y'all wanted to see him at full strength. Well, let's see when TP was at his full strength, and then Zeke was before he got hurt. That combo was nasty, right? We can agree with that.
Yeah,
that combo was nasty.
It was.
And that combo was eating, and that combo was putting fear in defenses. And we could do a lot of things. And Dak was even a better quarterback because now you don't know what we can do because we got different elements. And I feel like if you just have that Ezekiel Elliott element as the one running back, then I feel like that element goes away for Dak, and it puts more pressure on Dak, in my opinion, as Ezekiel Elliott as the running back one, because if you aren't getting those yards, then you're going back to throwing the ball all the time. And that's not act like Mike McCarthy don't like throwing that damn ball. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just feel like you still need to, if you're talking about Pete, I'm a little suspect on that just because
he's an undrafted.
I don't know if he really, I feel like I really don't know if he gets that chance like that. That's why I would rather upgrade the room, because I felt like the Ezekiel Elliott thing was working. You shouldn't have messed it up. You should have just kept it the same because it was working. It was very effective, especially when they were both healthy.
I agree with
because now you got speed, you got power, and you got your quarterback. Now you got different ways we can attack you. But if you have Ezekiel Elliott just as the running back one starting, I feel like it dwindles down the offense. It dumbs it down a little bit, and then it makes it a little bit more predictable.
Pause. Everybody, we gonna give our last 30 seconds on this debate. And while we do that, I will want everybody to clap it up. I really enjoyed it. And get the lights up. And we gonna go to a more friendlier topic, which is obviously the draft, which I want to hear from everybody, because I ain't heard from you yet, Big. I'm can't wait to hear that. Can't wait to hear Akoye, just some people that I respect. Obviously the OC, I heard from him. So let me start it off on my thoughts on this Zeke thing. I think it's something that's gonna work out. I really do, because especially because of Shotty. I think Shotty has showed in his history that he's committed to a committee. So I think some of my concerns is going to honestly work out. I hear the concerns of the people who don't want to see overutilization of Zeke. They don't want to see a return to stuffing one running back 30 times. I understand that. I'm certain that we're not going to even see that. I think it's going to be exactly what Akoye said, where we're going to use the running backs based on the situation. If we feel like we can actually do better with a deuce, I think we will come out there and surprise with some deuce action. I think if we feel like we can get more explosion out of Rico some games, we're going to do that. If we want to punish teams and then put Hunter Lukey in front of Zeke and pound, we're going to see that. If we want to go with two hammers where we'll have Royce and Zeke, I think we can do that. I think we are building our team to be a multiple killer in multiple ways, similar to what Dan Quinn did with his defense. That's my final words on this debate before we move to the next subject. I'm gonna go to you, Akoye.
First, I want to say I appreciate y'all having me. Big game. Usually we cross horns. Today it was like, I think we have a mutual misunderstanding when it comes to the way we're looking at Zeke. Because when you throw your ifs and your scenarios in, I gotta agree. If I'm going by that scenario, like the line is trash, then what running back is going to be good? Whether it's Zeke back there, TP back there, don't matter, right? So if that's the case, then we're doomed right now. And I don't think that way. I just think about the tools that we have in best case scenario. That's how I think. Not saying that we're gonna be great, but I have to see them get hurt before I start talking from that scenario, right? So appreciate the debate. Most of what you're saying, I actually agree with, but I don't look at Zeke as a number one. I look at him as number one, and then you have Royce and Rico as like 1A, 1B, whatever. You know what I mean? They're going to split carries, in my opinion. And if they don't, I think that would be a mistake, because then you bring in Zeke back, who has basically a worn tires, and you're going to put the load on him so he can get injured by week 9 again, and we can have the same problem. I think that would be a mistake by this coaching staff and front office if that's what they're doing. But I don't think that's what they're doing. And then when you look at that company, accompanied with the offensive line pickups that they had in the draft, yeah, those are flyers. I mean, you don't know what they're really going to be. They're rookies. But the Cowboys don't really miss on offensive linemen early anyway. You know what I mean? They haven't missed too often. So I have faith, just like we all do when we talk about the way they draft. I have faith in the way they draft, and I think that, my eyes don't lie. When I look at BB, I look at a people mover, and a smart guy. He's a smart man, and he can move people. I like him. That's Travis Kelce traits, in my opinion. Or if you want to say he's a Jack Martin type, either or. I like what he is as far as what the clay that we have to mold him into whatever he's going to be, starting off pretty good. And so is Guyton. They still got to execute, and they got to do it. But I like that. And then we have tight ends that can actually block along with these guys. So to me, they're putting their best foot forward in regards to putting a offensive line out there that can play power ball, and a running game behind that can also go downhill north to south and not do all the cute stuff we were trying to do last year.
Big.
My final word on this is, I appreciate all you guys. Appreciate you, Akoye. Y'all always make sense with y'all. Y'all always make sense when y'all talk. I definitely, even though I be going ham, I'd be listening while I be talking. So I be hearing everything y'all be saying, and it makes sense. All I'm saying is this: I just don't want to feel like the Cowboys. I know Jerry Jones, as far as him with the sell job, get the people back on the team. We were feeling frustrated. A lot of people frustrated about this season. So what's the best way to get people back to not talking about the season? Bring Ezekiel Elliott back in, because guess what? That's a distraction now. Now we ain't talking about that season. Now we ain't talking about those other things. Everybody talking about Ezekiel Elliott. So that man is a smart man in what he does and how he does it. He knows how to market and bring them Cowboys fans back and reel them in. He knows how to do it. So I'll give him his props on that. But once again, Akoye, Boss, and OC, this is my thing. I just don't want them, just like you just said, Akoye, to start having that urge. Let's say Ezekiel does good his first game. Let's start putting them out there more and more and more, and then start getting deceived. I just feel like the offense will start to become one-dimensional. It will become a prodding offense. It won't be an explosive offense. And then it's going to put a lot of pressure on your quarterback and things of that nature. I think you need to get an explosive back. The way you had it with TP and Ezekiel Elliott was perfect. I think you still need to go out there and upgrade that. I like Dowdell, but there's no loyalty to him. So we don't even know if he could come back and make the roster. Okay. If you can upgrade this roster and get you a speed back, because I don't know that on Pete. And then you got the Ezekiel Elliott as the backup to be the closer, like y'all said, inside the 10, get y'all them tough yards when you need them, flex them in and out. That's when Ezekiel Elliott is effective now, in my opinion, in this stage of his career. It was you, Boss, that mentioned, or you might mention Akoye, Jerome Bettis, but who was the starter? Willie Parker.
Oh yeah,
and that's why it was so daggone good. You feel me?
Yeah.
It wasn't Jerome Bettis starter, because guess what would have happened if they would have had Jerome Bettis as the starter? The offense would have been totally different, and they probably wouldn't have did what they did that season. So that's where I'm coming from, and that's my final word.
Got you. Respect.
Yeah. This is pretty straightforward, and just to clarify, I think that Zeke could be the starter, but just not the only ball carrier. I think he's good enough, because he showed when healthy what he can do behind a bad offensive line. He'll have a much better offensive line for the Cowboys. I do feel like that the ideal scenario is to have thunder and lightning, is to have a speed back and a power back at this point in his career, much like Ezekiel Elliott. And I think that this is a game-by-game situation. I think that in some games, you will ride Ezekiel Elliott more because that's what the situation dictates. However, he's going to be optimized, to your point, Big, with another back that can actually be productive. And I don't believe, even in the games where you maybe gave Ezekiel Elliott the ball more, that it will stagnate the offense. Because actually, if he's getting hot, they got to drop down more in the box. That makes it easier for Dak Prescott. That makes it easier for the play action pass. It actually simplifies the game, and based upon how Mike called games taking the governor off of Dak Prescott last season, I don't see us going back to where we're not going to be explosive and vertical and doing a lot of things to challenge defenses on the back end. So I think it's a positive situation. It's just about the productivity of these other backs, and if they get another guy that has more exposure. That's where we are as it relates to this topic.
All right, so we gonna move to this last one. And then we go take our super chats. But this one is very interesting to me.
Mike, on BB, we're looking at him at center. What are the traits that you see in him that I think you had Dietrich Smith maybe make a move from tackle to center in Green Bay? What are the traits that you see in him that you say, okay, he can play some center for you?
Well, I think if you just I know my particular process. You start watching the film and hear, our scouts talk about him, and then, and going through the whole, month worth of meetings. And I mean, I don't know how much film you've seen on him. I mean, this guy's a hell of an interior football player, and I know he's played every position at K-State. So the contact balance, the footwork, I don't recall another lineman in a draft dumping as many defenders on the ground as Cooper. So I just love his play style, and then our scouts do a tremendous job of getting to know these young men and seeing how they're wired, and you get a lot of postseason information, and everybody you talk to thinks it's a no-brainer for him to go in there and play full time, because he has played center in his college career. So I just think he's an excellent fit, but I love his play style, and that's where it starts, and we can't have enough of those types of players on our team.
Akoye, we're gonna start with you.
What's the question?
Well, because I remember y'all was fighting, and the concern was about BB being able to come in,
Play center.
Yeah, and play center. And so it was amazing to me that a lot of people didn't know he played center. Like, I saw a lot of people that was fighting me, and they were saying, he never played center. And I was like, bro, y'all better go double check that. So I want to see if that kind of built your confidence in your case for Zeke, or just your confidence in him as a player, a run game or whatever.
Well, confidence for him as a player, yes, because the thing with BB for me is, how do you get him on the field if he doesn't play center?
Right.
He's not going to play for over Zach Martin. He's not going to play over Tyler Smith, right? Those would be mistakes.
Right.
So the only place that he fits that makes sense, that he actually can play and he's good at, is center. He is not a tackle, so he has to play in the center. And then the traits that the Cowboys have looked for since Mike McCarthy has been here, on the edges, they like nimbleness. So they like steal, because he uses his feet to kind of stay ahead of you and stay in front of you. They drafted Austin Richard, who has that same trait, and now they draft Guyton, who has that same trait. Like, they like guys on the outside that can deal with speed and have lateral movement. But on the interior, they like people movers, man. And Zach Martin already was that. Tyler Smith has proven that he is that. And now BB. So with those three in the middle of the field, I think that makes this line formidable. But yes, BB can definitely play center. And I've spent all day watching this film, and he's a killer. Now, beyond that, though, beyond what he can do physically, last thing is his mental, man.
Yeah.
He's a teacher. He has a high IQ. So to play center, you got to be nasty and you got to be smart, and he has both. So that's what I got to say about him.
Big.
About Cooper Beebe?
Yeah.
That was a great selection. I liked the Cowboys picking up that selection. Basically, what a lot of you guys said, I think the biggest thing that stands out to me is that he comes from a football family. His father was a football player. He has two brothers. Both of them are football players. I believe his youngest brother plays at K-State. He was a freshman, I believe, last year. So that's a football family, and I love that, because that tells me that they eat, sleep, breathe. They know the game. They know the ins and outs of the game. Your dad was probably talking to you all day about football. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that tells me intelligence. He has a football intelligence, high IQ. So to Akoye's point and what you guys been talking about, you got to be smart to play center, right? Because that's the quarterback on the line. You got to make the calls. You got to make the adjustments. You got to do all those things. So when I see the history of the family, then when you see the tape, it gives you confidence that he can play. So obviously I was saying if, because you're not seeing these guys come from college to play in the NFL. But if you're looking at just from the player to the NFL, you would say from the trajectory, he's going to be very successful. It'll be not an easy transition, but I think it'll be a transition that he can do. But I also feel like he is Zach Martin's eventual replacement. I don't know if center's going to be his spot for the rest of his career. I think they put him there now because they want him on the field to fortify that offensive line. But Zach Martin is in the last year of his deal, and I could see him sliding over and taking over that spot because they drafted replacements, in my opinion, in this draft. And I think Cooper Beebe replacing Zach Martin, I think Zach Martin's future replacement is Cooper Beebe, and I think he will play the guard position. I think he starts out at center because they want him on the field.
Man. Boy, y'all clap it up for Big, bro. Man, y'all clap it up for the homie, man. I want to say this about my boy Big. I said this on Twitter. I want to say this now because I think we got about 600 some people watching right now and still only 340 likes. So it's almost like it's 200 people that just refuse to like. It's always, but anyway, for real, for real.
You got people that's driving. People that's driving and listening and not hitting.
Oh, no, you being too nice,
that's some ghost watchers.
Nah, you
some ghosts. Half the Cowboys in here watching.
I want to. This is why I definitely want to clap it up for Big, because his dedication to scouting, like, you know, the fact that he traveled to the Senior Bowl and committed so much of his resources to learning these prospects, and you know, so you know, I knew it was gonna be a good fight today just because we knew we was fighting you. Real talk. So no, real talk. That's real talk.
Hey,
That's
I'm
real
always give you a good fight.
No, that was it was a good fight, bro.
I just got on here in the middle of a war. You didn't give me no gun. You just
see. I knew it was gonna be a fight.
Because
I know his previous stances.
When
you know what I mean?
when you said you were bringing Akoye in, I got hyped up. I was certain people. I'm like, man, I don't know if I want to do the show. But when you said Akoye was coming in on the Zeke thing, I was making sure I was not missing that.
I appreciate that. You know what I mean?
I see y'all super chats, man. We finna take every one of y'all super chats, man. I appreciate it. Mine gonna be simple on BB. This is all I said, and this is all I'm gonna say. It is not a reach to believe the new Dallas Cowboys line has the potential to become one of the best run blocking teams of all time.
Oh God.
Yes, I said it to you, Big. Let me make my case. Real talk.
Okay. What?
Who was a better run blocker between Steele and Zach Martin? Zach Martin said himself it was Steele.
Steele. That's what I was saying. Steele's pretty good at that run blocking.
Is so
ever?
I said potential. Now I said potential. I ain't knowing him yet. I didn't give him the Holy Ghost yet. I'm saying when I'm looking how it's setting up, you know. So Steele is a better run blocker than Thanos. Okay, I'm calling Zach Martin Thanos. Now, what did Akoye just say about BB?
People mover.
Yep. He also said, Mike McCarthy just said, I don't know if I watched anybody's film where I saw somebody put more people in the ground. We know what Tyler Smith is. Yeah. Those are 4 top graded run blockers, bruh. That's why I think they have the potential. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, man. So Cooper Beebe is to guard and center what Tyler Smith is to guard and tackle. And he has that type of potential and upside. He's a guy that can come in and he's gonna be the starter more than likely at center. The great thing about him, even with his size and what you saw on the tape, is that he has the ability to extend. He has the ability to finish guys. He has also, better than you think, feet for his size. He does sit a little bit high on his hips at times, but he's able to slide his feet and stay in front of defensive linemen, quick ones too, as they try to change directions. He's a super smart dude. He's a finisher on the second level. He's a big, heavy dude that kind of like if you think about Ezekiel Elliott as a running back always finishing forward. Well, he's an offensive lineman that's always finishing forward, right? You don't see him getting beat at the point of attack and never. Now, here's something that we haven't talked about, which I think is super important with him, that we need to keep in mind. Remember the development and the improvement of Tyler Smith from his first few months and how he looked when training camp started.
Yeah.
Remember the improvement and the development of even Assam Richards when he came in last year. It was a much different person in the preseason from even what you saw with his tape at North Carolina when we drafted him.
Facts.
He was a much better player, right? And his body was better. So you start to see a pattern with these guys coming to the Cowboys. Their game and technique is better, and their bodies are better. And he's a guy that can be leaner, can be stronger. He's always going to be a big guy, but imagine his body and his technique getting better in these few months going into the season, and that's going to give you an idea of the even better product you're going to have when this season starts. I'm not anointing him. I'm saying that he's going to have up and downs because he's a rookie. But remember, last year, he had a second-round grade. He didn't come out last year. He had a second-round grade last year and had another good season this year where he did come out. So great pickup for the Cowboys. Excited to see what this young man does in years to come.
All right, let's take these super chats. And hopefully we got the likes up. Let's pull out the super chats, man. We greatly appreciate everybody, man, that donate to all the channels. You know, real talk. So my boy Chris 214, he said Bass and BB similar in play style in your opinion?
I think that Bass is different in that Bass is strong, Bass is nasty, but Bass doesn't have, and Bass is strong, Bass is good. Let me just emphasize that. Bass is good. Okay, I like Bass, okay? Yeah. Bass is better than what a lot of people think he is. I mean, be honest with you. But BB has the power to swallow you up. You know, it's just a different type.
He got the power to what?
You ever been swallowed up?
Swallowed up, that button that you used to hit. Have you ever been swallowed up? He has that kind of power to swallow you up. And
swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
Right
you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you?
That's right. There you go. And now it's the perfect drop because look, BB has the ability to overwhelm you. Okay, Bass has the ability to stop you from making tackles and do his job. But BB has the ability to overwhelm you. And if you've been overwhelmed, it's like by offensive linemen, it's a beautiful thing to see. I used to play the position to where the defensive tackle is not concerned about making the tackle anymore. That's went out the window. He's not concerned about getting a sack anymore. That's went out the window. He's trying to keep his feet. He's trying to keep you from finishing him. And see, when you get a defensive lineman at that point, game over. So BB is the kind of guy where he'll make you concerned about, I don't want this dude to finish me. I don't want this dude to knock me in the dirt. You're not even thinking about making the tackle no more. You ain't thinking about making no sack. You're trying to stay upright. And so I think that's the difference in the play style. However, Fast is good, man. Fast is good.
Yeah,
He's not a bad player at all. Fast is good. So that's my opinion.
And then my other super chat, he say Deuce led college rushing behind BB. Good point. My boy Darnell Lamar said we hit the ground running with Zeke as a rookie. And I think a lot of that was also his offensive line, because that was the same offensive line that had Knock-Kneed and McFadden get about close to 1,100 yards in 11 games. So, you know, that's why I'm really excited about this new rebuild of the offensive line. The other super said we got bounced because of defense. BGJ is angry.
We didn't just get bounced because of defense. That laugh was evil,
bro. That laugh was evil.
Because we didn't get bounced because of defense, but I'm going to leave that comment alone.
Okay. All right. So my boy Trey say, boss, y'all need to bring in OC for help. BGJ killing.
He was on fire.
OC on my side.
No, that's what he was saying. He was saying,
yeah.
OC need to help
on my
us.
side. You tried to tell him he was on your side. I appreciate you, OC. You still on my side, dog. I appreciate you.
He wasn't on your side, bro.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Zeke's collective skill set is undeniable. Man, just try to help Big. Big go get it by the time by game 6. He gonna be saying that too.
I bet y'all won't.
Zeke's speed worked in Kellen Moore's system. Now Zeke's power works in Shotty's system. What a fantastic super chat. Can you say if you could say that again, but put Big Game James at the end of it? You ain't even got a super chat. Just say what you just said.
Put yawn,
and put big
yawn.
All right.
Big yawn.
This is the last super chat from my OG Westbrook. He said, Big Game, why didn't our running backs get 12 TDs?
Ooh. Well, because they kept on putting Tony Pollard in there. Rico Dowdle could have got some more carries. And why you keep on putting a little old Tony Pollard inside the 10-yard line running? You had Hunter Lupke. He ran and they went away from him after he fumbled that one time. Maybe if you kept giving him the ball inside that 10, it would have worked. I don't care about that dumb button.
You got some super chats, B?
No, I can't see them.
All right, let's give our final words. I'm gonna start it off. Man, I had fun today, bro. And listen, I knew it was gonna be a fight, bro. I knew it because I knew where you stood on this, Big. And when I saw your tweet, I said, "Oh man, this show finna be funny." And I knew it was gonna be funny, bro, because I know you, bro. I said, "Ooh, Big finna come here swinging," and you did, bro. You did not let us down, bro. I really, really enjoyed it. And the main thing, bro, every time we fight, we laugh at the end. It's never personal.
It's fun.
You know what I'm saying? Like we fight hard. Like we be in here. They fighting, they squabbing, you know what I'm saying? But in the end, it's all about the best idea. It's just, you know. Right. And obviously, me and Akoye and the OC had the best idea. We slaughtered you, bro. I mean, you tried.
Not
you know,
even
but
close, dog. I took 1-on-3 and did my thing.
You did your thing. I'm gonna give you your credit, but you couldn't handle the jump action, bro. When we came together, bro. When we came together, it was over.
Came together. No, it wasn't. When I hit you with that, yo got flame. You was on fire, and I threw you out the building. Fire, yo got flame, and then I got OC back on my team. OC was never on your team, bro. OC was on my team.
Try to hold you while you're in the middle of a fight, and you wind up getting hurt only because he there holding you. That's how it was with Boss. Boss kept jumping in. He should just let me jump.
No, you was. That's my final word, man. That's my final word.
You ambush me for a fight, you gotta let me fight. You know what I mean?
He gonna blame me. I thought we was on the same team, big dog.
You was letting him hit me, man. I was like,
you started it though, being fair. Oh, you cut him off. I was ready to jump him. I was ready to jump him. You start being friendly out the gate. You set the tone, bro. You set that tone. Oh, don't cut him off, boss. Boss, don't cut. I'm ready to square up on him, man. Don't cut him off. I'm like, nah, man. Go ahead. Final words, big dog.
Oh, final words?
Yeah.
So truthfully, appreciate the show. OC, big game, boss. Good seeing you guys again, being back on the content rail. But about everything we covered today, like most of it, honestly, I mean, good fun. But I do agree with big games concern when it comes to, is Zeke going to be the guy that carries the ball 15 to 30 times every single game? Like I said, that I don't think that's how it'll go. I think he'll get a certain amount, and then if he's hot, they keep it going for that particular game. Like if he's hot at 12 and he's still rolling, let him play. You know what I mean? But other than that, I think it'll be situational how they spread the ball around. You know what I mean? When you look at it from that standpoint, and you look at the formation behind him, you know that we want to run power ball. And with those young guys in front of him, we just talked about BB, we talked about Guyton. I can't be mad at the way those guys played on tape. And OC, you nailed it when you talked about the transition that these offensive linemen, when they come here, that they go through as far as getting better and getting stronger, getting more stout at the point of attack. So when you look at a guy like BB, the main thing that kept going through my mind when I watched this film was, when was the last time we had a center who did not need to either be a helper or need help himself? Other than Fredericks, that doesn't come every day. We got a center who can hold his own, which just makes everybody else on the line insanely better, because we don't have to double team everywhere, because he don't need to. I watched him take on Sweat, who is grossly overweight, by himself against that Texas game. Murphy as well, by himself. So he dealt with speed, the speed to power transition of Murphy, and then also the power of Sweat by himself, man. So if you can do that with just your center, we already know what Zach Martin and Tyler Smith can do by themselves. It's only four guys that got their hand in the dirt. And then when you look at Guyton and Steele's ability to get to the second level, I like what we have. And I know OC, you an offensive lineman, and you know the position. If you was an offensive line coach on this team, I know you'd be chopping at the bit, because we got guys. You talked about TJ. TJ is a starter anywhere on the interior as well, if any of those guys weren't here. So it's just, I like our line. I like everything we got going right now, and I like the odds going into the playoffs with. I don't love Hoffman, but he's played. He's not a totally unknown commodity. Chuma's not a totally unknown commodity. Austin Richards, I'm hoping to see what he can do. TJ Bass, I want to see more from him. But that's 4 extra linemen who I don't mind playing. I don't want them to play over any of those starting 5. But when you got 9 linemen that you ain't mad at coming into the season, that's a good problem to have. That's stacked. I'm not complaining about that.
You want answers?
Yeah, first of all, appreciate, you guys. Like I said, I got hyped up when I seen that daggone thumbnail. And I seen Akoye, because I always look when Akoye, when Boss make these thumbnails, I always go look at the thumbnail, because I want to see who you got on here. Because I will tell you, I ain't going on that show. I might not do this show, because that person might get on my nerves. I'm just keeping it real. So I look at thumbnails first. Okay, I'm just telling the truth. I check thumbnails and see if I want to do it.
Now I'm learning. I would have known it was a fight. I walked into an ambush, and I'm thinking I'm going to the grocery store. Like, yo, you just start. I start. When I walked in here, man.
Hey, that's just the truth. So when I saw you, Akoye, that's just the type of respect I have for you. Because when I saw you on there, I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely jumping in this one, and I'm coming off the top turnbuckle off rip, because I know how Akoye coming. So I know I even jotted down a few notes before I got ready for you, because I already know you was coming with it. So I said, let me get a few notes. I jumped in that phone on. I was looking at the phone on the side while I was talking to you. Let's keep it real. But anyway, because I got 2, so I was looking at the song. But I just appreciate all you guys, OC, Boss, all you guys. I thought it was a great show. I love the back and forth. Y'all made some hella great points. I mean, y'all made me think. It ain't gonna make me change my mind, but it did make me think. And I definitely appreciate what you just said, Akoye, about the line, because I do appreciate that. I'm always about the trenches. The trenches matter on defense, on offense. And so if you look at what they did, I love BB, because I think BB will turn up. I do have my concerns about Tyler Guyton this first year, okay? Just because the transition, oh my God, the traits are there. I just think it's going to be a little bit struggle, so I have a little bit of my concerns on that left side now with Tyler Smith.
I give him 8 games.
Let's see, because I don't want to see Chuma out there on that left side, because that line will be compromised. You feel me?
Yep.
But like you said, I love the starting 5 and your depth, because you got that much depth and starting 9 guys, you feeling good about yourself heading into the season, right? But once again, I still feel like you need to upgrade that running back position. I'm not sold on Deuce. I'm not sold on Royce. And I'm not sold on Rico for the fact of the injuries. So I still feel like you need to scour the waiver wire when this June 1st cuts. I feel like you need to get some explosiveness in there. And if you can get that explosiveness in there and then let Zeke be that second complementary back, that's when it goes back to being effective. I thought it was a great thing when they had TP and Zeke. I thought that thing was running perfectly the way they had it. But let's see if they can get somebody in there, because if they can do that, then I feel a little bit better. I just don't want Zeke being the guy, the number one guy, the guy where he's getting the carries. And because I know how Jerry is. You get one big game from Zeke and Jerry, hey, I told you Zeke was good. Play him a little more. You know, I don't know if them talks be happening, but I feel like he says that. And so that's all I'm saying. Don't get that urge to overwork him or push him like he was the Zeke of 2016, 2017, because he's not that Zeke anymore. So don't fall for that. Get somebody else to be that starter. Let him be that dog in the backup, like the Jerome Bettis role, and watch it cook, in my opinion. That's my final word.
Hey, I love being a Cowboy.
Big game, James.
Game changer.
Hey, let's have some fun. Let's have a good time, man. Let's kick it. Hey, I love being a Cowboy. Hey, I love being a Cowboy.
Ooh, 3. Yeah.
Oh, three.
3. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, look, the Cowboys, y'all funny, man. Y'all silly. Y'all funny, man. As it relates to BB, man, BB, remember, he is to what Tyler Smith, he's what center and guard. Think about that. He's equivalent to what Tyler Smith is playing guard and tackle. And so he could be a great player at guard, but it's just easier for him to play center. It's less space left and right to go. He has the ability to play between two bodies, right? If he did play guard, he would be good there too. The same way that Tyler Smith would be good playing guard or tackle. And so, you know, with BB, I think that he's going to get stronger. He's going to get leaner. I think that he's going to be even better than what we saw on his film, with the improvement of him being around the Dallas Cowboys and that group. Also, if you think about this, the Dallas Cowboys have created great competition and depth in the offensive line room, similar to what we had on the defensive side of the ball when Dan Quinn was here with the various picks. It's a lot of competition, which is great, but it also insulates you versus injury, because Tyler Guyton is going to get the first clip at left tackle. However, if he does not do well, or if we need to make an adjustment, we always can start TJ Bass at left guard and bump out Tyler Smith to left tackle, okay? Now, suppose Tyler Smith was hurt, all right? Suppose he was hurt. Well, I mean, that's not really a huge problem, right? Because now, I mean, look, you still have Richards, all right? And that can play tackle, and then you still have Bass. So you have flexibility, even at center. If BB's not playing center, you got Hoffman, he wants to compete, and you have a TJ Bass who also can play center. So what I'm saying is that this has created a lot of options for the Cowboys, and so it should hopefully be the best 5, and then the next man up if somebody gets injured. So I like Ezekiel Elliott to come in and help this team. I think he goes for at least 800 yards this season. In my honest opinion, he may not clip 1,000, but I think he gets enough work to get 800 yards or so. Probably somewhere between 7 to 10 touchdowns. It's probably what he'll do this year. That's my prediction. I'm going on record saying it early. And the Cowboys are in good position on offense right now. I think we got to add some more pieces in terms of running back. I think the Cowboys will be okay, man. I think we'll be competitive, man. And that's my final word.
There it is. That's the final word.
I just wanna run it up. Can we check or something? I've been really in the field, let up, yeah. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check the song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play. Charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Revan now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Fight!